You're doing product research, you find a great product opportunity, the math is looking really good, the samples are amazing, so you have 1,000 units produced. You go to ship and suddenly you're hit with a quote that has 40% duties and tariffs applied, leaving your margins obliterated and all of that time and money wasted. When looking for products, it's essential that you get the product HS code and calculate the duties and tariffs that you're going to owe. Stick around and I will do a live walkthrough of how it's done. So first things first, what is a HS code? The HS code, or Harmonized System Code, is a 6-digit number that's used to classify and define internationally shipped products used by over 200 countries all over the globe. Now, your supplier will give you a HS code relevant to your product. You'll then go to a USA-based website to check your duty fees, immediately see that they don't use HS codes and become very confused. But don't worry, everyone does it. In the US, you will import under a HTS code, aka the Harmonized Tariff Schedule. This will consist of the same stem of the 6 numbers of the HS code, so the first 6 numbers, but the following 4 numbers will be unique to the USA's classification of the product. A quick side note here, don't worry about import duties on your samples or really small orders. Anything below $800 in value is classed as duty free. So the moment you've all been waiting for, let's do a live walkthrough and calculate a product's duties and tariffs. All of the websites that I use here will be linked in the video description down below. So let's say we've done our product research and we've landed on these inflatable children's swimming pool. We think they're a great opportunity and we're going to make a fortune. We found a supplier who said they can produce 1,000 units for $12 per unit. And they told us that the HS code is 950-699-9001. We go to the HTS website and we see if we can type in that HS code. And as you can see here, we draw a blank. It doesn't exist. As I mentioned earlier, it's just the first 6 numbers that we need from that HS code. So let's type those in. And what I'm going to do is add the word swimming. We can see it's found something here. So we scroll down and there we have it. The HTS code of 9506995500. The article description being swimming pools and wading pools and parts and accessories thereof, giving us a duty of 5.3%. What you'd also see here are these columns on the right hand side. So if you're importing from a country listed here, there actually are no duties applied. So Mexico, for example, is a great one of these. If you can produce products there, it could be a huge bonus and you can avoid all these fees. Column 2 is for countries that have super high levies against them. For example, North Korea and Cuba. So I doubt you'll be producing products over there. So most of you will probably be producing in China, so we'll likely have these duties applied. So at this stage, you're probably thinking, fantastic, I'm only being charged 5.3%. What a result. However, I've got some bad news for you. You see the little slash next to the percentage sign? That means you owe some tariffs too. These were brought in by Trump. They're known as the Trump tariffs. And to be quite honest, they suck. We were all really hoping they'd be lifted when the administration changed. They didn't even exist a couple of years ago. But as it happens, it looks like they're going to be here to stay and we cannot see them being lifted anytime soon as they're too much of a cash cow for the United States. Now, with the tariffs, there are 4 lists. There's list 1, 2, and 3 all have 25% tariffs applied, and list 4 has 7.5% applied. Now, the odd tariff has been suspended in 2022, so make sure to check with a professional regarding this, but for most of your products, they will fall into one of the 4 chargeable groups. So to calculate your tariff, you need to grab the first 8 digits of your HTS code, it's never easy this, and bang them into a checker like this. So let's throw ours in here and we can see that we fall into list 4A, which is a 7.5% tariff. Now, a couple of other small fees to be aware of are the merchandise process fee, aka the MPF, which is a 0.3464% of your ocean or air shipment value. It has a minimum charge of $27 and a maximum of $538. The other is the harbour maintenance fee, the HMF. So this only applies to ocean shipments and is 0.125%. So again, pretty nominal. Each of these is based on your commercial invoice value only, so i.e. the cost of producing your products. There are also potentially some commercial bonds, which again are fairly low cost, but best to speak with your freight forwarder about those. So let's total all of these up in a Google Doc here. So unit value, based on FOB terms, which check out my next video on shipping to learn more about what that means, is going to be $12. So the number of units are 1,000 and the commercial value is then $12,000. So let's work out the duties. We've got 12,000 times 5.3%, so that's $636. We've got the tariffs, which is 12,000 times 7.5%, which is $900. We've got the MPF, which is 12,000 times 0.346%, which is $41. And we've got the HMF, which is 12,000 times 0.125%, which is $15. So now we add all of these up, and the total duties and tariffs owed on our swimming pool are $1,592.52, which adds $1.59 per unit to your $12 cost. Keep an eye out for my next video where I'll be covering all things shipping. We're talking DDP, FOB, EXW, and a load of other acronyms that can confuse the hell out of you at the start of your Amazon journey. One thing I will say with shipping is if you get a quote and it sounds too good to be true, that's because it probably is. Find out more in the next video.